This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
What's up, man? It's your boy Boss Cowboy Sports, and we bring you another video. And this video is brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. So, you know, I'm dropping this video on Friday, which is today, right? Because I want to get y'all something to think about over the weekend. That's very important. I really want the fans to enjoy the ride, because see, this is one of our Back to the Future shows. And with our Back to the Future shows, we go back in time and we look at sometimes old shows because they can give you a good indication. And because we was going through some periods of time that was confusing, like this very off season, we was very hurt. We was very scorned. We came out of free agency and it looked as if, and I'm just being honest, it looked real bad to a lot of fans. Like when they saw us not really do anything in free agency, it was a lot of people around that time that had some trust issues, especially after Green Bay. Just being honest, Green Bay did something to a lot of us. So people thought that they was turning it down, trying to get ready for the future with Trey Lance, wanting to rebuild, right? But now we can look back at it. And it's one thing that's certain, that Jerry was telling the truth the entire time on his all-in strategy. And we was telling the truth as well on his all-in strategy. So we go take another look at this now in hindsight. Now, I did this video on Resurrection Sunday, March 31st, 2024. Stay with this one because this is going to give you that confidence to enjoy this ride, because we are in a good ride. This video is gonna put it all together, so lock in. This gonna be a good one. Jerry was truly all in.
Boss Cowboys.
Your voice matters.
And it does. Man, this an interesting one, because the red shirts was always the 2-year all-in plan for the Dallas Cowboys.
You want answers?
So I'm gonna break it down, man. This is one where I really had to dig, had to think. This is all in. This is a version of all in. Now, if you just want to be mad, go ahead and click off. But if you want answers,
You want answers?
you came to the right place. Just make sure.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, because I'm going to give it to you regardless, or I wouldn't be me. Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Let's go. Because I know some people just want to hear that we're doing nothing and they setting up Dak and all this kind of stuff, and it's not the case. Okay, so here we go, getting into the content. The first thing I'm gonna do is show the days in which we was speculating, right? So if we go back to May 2nd, 2023, where we actually was covering the final word on the NFL grades. It's a good show. You need to go back and watch it, right? We was sensing it, okay? But it was speculation, right? We was sensing it, all right? We was sensing, and we was calling it a budget draft, right? All of us was saying it. We was like, this draft was not like they drafted for contention or to get us over the hump. This draft was as if they drafted to fire people into the future, right? And so we was speculating about it. So before I catch you up to now, I want to take you back in that time to then and just show you a few clips and just kind of fast forward it I'm gonna tie it into the all in and everything. All right. So you gotta stay with this show. This show is gonna be like class. You gotta think on this show. So it's gonna be case by case. So let me first start off where I was talking about it. Let me cut this music real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it. I should have already had it ready. I always do that, bro. I should have always had it ready. And when I don't, you get these awkward silences. But hey, it's what you got to do sometime. All right, here we go. Got it set up now. So just listen. Right. So let's just go just real quick. So in a nutshell, I'll say this. They failed in terms of being aggressive. They passed on doing things the way that they normally do it, where they draft these guys to replace guys into the future. Yep. And see, we was speculating right there, you know. And so this is one where I go deeper into it, and we was kind of slightly disagreeing, but I'm gonna sum it up at the end. Listen. And I was saying they basically drafted guys to fire people into the future. Listen. But let me say this. I'm feeling a little bit better about the draft. And I'm not a Kool-Aid drinker. Because I am looking at it in two ways. You know what I mean? And I can be honest on both ways, right? Where I know from a contention standpoint, they was not aggressive. They was not aggressive. And going into this draft, I've been big. What didn't I say? I've been thinking about you, bro. I've been saying that for 2 weeks. I've been saying big, been saying for the longest that we not aggressive. And it was staying with me, bro. It was staying with me. And I was like, I think we finna go budget. I said, I think we finna go budget. In other words, we getting ready to think about future budgets other than drafting guys to get us over the hump that year. And we did. But this is the good news, because it's bad news, then it's good news. First of all, the good news is that we really only needed one position mainly, or two: running back and left guard, right? So with those two positions, everything else is quality, in my opinion, you know. So I think the Dallas Cowboys had the luxury, just keeping it real, to draft for budgets into the future. On some of it, I wish they would have been aggressive. Like round 2, that would have been the place to be aggressive for me. Like what Tuck said. Why didn't you go up and get Bergeron? Now, we've been saying on this show, we said you gonna have to go up either round 1 or you have to go up round 2. There's no way Matthew Bergeron, after them first wave of tackles, get wiped out. We all knew there's no way he was gonna make it to us, because it wasn't that many tackles, guards in the second. Right. So obviously they was gonna get wiped out. You know what I mean? So it was like, if you like the guy, if they complete you, and DMV, and now we was also calling him a guard. We was like, yeah, we see him playing the guard right now. That can be your hybrid plan. And it's amazing that on a lot of things we was saying everything the Joneses and Will was saying, right, in terms of draft for the future and contention window. That's why Will McClay said he helps us now and to the future. That's exactly what we've been saying on this show. Right. So let's just go just real quick. So in a nutshell, I'll say this. They failed in terms of being aggressive. They passed on doing things the way that they normally do it, where they draft these guys to replace guys into the future. If they passed on doing things the way that they normally do it, where they draft these guys to replace guys into the future. Just real quick. So in a nutshell, I'll say this. They failed in terms of being aggressive. They passed on doing things the way that they normally do it, where they draft these guys to replace guys into the future. Just real quick. So in a nutshell, I'll say this. They failed in terms of being aggressive. They passed on doing things the way that they normally do it, where they draft these guys to replace guys into the future. Yeah, I'll say this. They failed in terms of being aggressive. They passed on doing things the way that they normally do it, where they draft these guys to replace guys into the future.
Yep. But see, remember then it was what? Speculation, right? So we was speculating then, and I'm gonna still show some points in it because Jay Tuck talked about something that's gonna relate to now. Okay, it's gonna relate perfectly to now. All right, so I want y'all to pay attention because I said we building this whole case. I'm gonna say your super chat, Chris. That's a good question. I'm gonna get back to it, and if y'all get some super chats, go ahead and put them in there. I'm gonna put them to the side. I'm gonna answer your questions when I get to the super chat session. That's a very good question, Chris. So here we go. Let me play my boy Tuck, because Tuck talked about something that's gonna relate perfectly to today if you pay attention, right? So let me go back, cue this up. We go break this down. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah.
So for me, I agree with everyone. This was an absolute future draft, and I feel like that's kind of the numbing effect when it comes to when we look at future draft. And I feel like it was an absolute future draft, and was an absolute future draft, and was an absolute future draft. And I feel like that's kind of the numbing effect when it comes to when we look at this draft. For me personally,
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me we wasn't on it? You mean to tell me? See, I want to say something. This was not easy to say then. See, this was after the draft when everybody wants you to be so optimistic and praise every pick. No, the team, they had integrity and they said what was true. And this was not easy to say. Man, shout out to Tuck, especially Tuck and the OC. I'm going to show you. The OC went crazy. And I respect them even more when I look back at this. You know what I mean? Because I know they are choosing to say what's not popular, but what's actually true. And now you can see that they was telling the truth.
Because last year's class, it had a kind of a layer of injuries that had to happen for us to even see a lot of those players.
Listen close to what he's saying.
Last year's class, it had a kind of a layer of injuries that had to happen for us to even see a lot of those players. It had a kind of a layer of injuries that had to happen for us to even see a lot of those players. Tyler Smith, even Deron Bland, and even Sam Williams kind of rotation. So I feel like even this year, there's an additional wall from last year's class that's going to be ahead of this year's class that would need to fall out in order for us to see a lot of these problems.
He said they got a what? He said they got a what? What has to happen to see some of these?
Fall out in order for us to see a lot of these prospects. So,
What'd he say?
Fall out in order for us to see a lot.
Don't it make sense now? Now, if you just want to be mad, go ahead and click off. Just click off. But if you want
answers?
If you just want to believe that we unloaded all these guys just because we trying to sabotage Dak, okay, fine. You can click off and believe that. But if you actually look at the logic of what we were saying and what Tuck was saying, this is the fallout. This is the wall that had to come down for us to see the red shirts. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's what we doing. That's why I'm saying it's not as bad as what we think. It's not as good as what we think. This is also very intentional. This is also what I'm saying. This is a 2-year plan. This is also very much all in. Don't you kid yourself.
These prospects. So, Law mentioned Sam Richards out of North Carolina. He was a guy I watch highly because y'all know I love his wide receiver out there in North Carolina and Josh Downs, right? he's going to have to really sit back, and he's going to have to be behind that wall if Tyron Smith goes
That boy talking about that wall. Y'all better listen.
down, then Matt Willetsko goes down, then saying like there's going to be a lot of different variables that have to happen before we can actually see the benefits of that pick.
Yeah, so it should be making sense, right? The wall coming down. The wall came down. This is just different than what other teams are doing. It's different. And that's what upsets some of us. We want us to build like other teams. That's what upsets some of us. Let me play this last clip, and then fast forward to now. But this was May 2nd, 2023, and this was right after the draft. All right. This is right after the draft, but remember, we was speculating. We was sensing it. But it wasn't confirmed. If you stay with me, I'm gonna show you where it's confirmed that this is a full-fledged, all-out strategy. Then we was speculating. We was like, they must be getting ready to fire some dudes into the future. They must be getting ready to do that, because that's the only way last year's draft made sense. Because it was obviously not a draft of if you trying to go all in for contention. It was a draft to where you was thinking ahead more than thinking about now. I'm just telling you the truth, bro. Let me show y'all OC, then I'm gonna show you Tuck, because I think both of them had some funny points, but the OC went crazy. Look at the OC. Listen to OC.
I'm an offensive line guy.
OC.
No, I'm mad at y'all because you're not. I'm mad at y'all. I'm mad because you're not putting it down the way you need to put it down. You're not telling the people what they really need to hear. And with the people, excuse me, sir. Let me complete my thought. Listen, what the people really need to hear is that we don't have a sure starter in this draft, and we hope we get productivity out of one or two of these guys. That's what the people really need to hear. That is what the people, that is the truth. That is the whole truth, and that is nothing but the truth. So help me, God. And I hate the Cowboys for drafting all backups. And I thought about the draft for 2 days. I don't care what you say. I can slice it. Give me at least a starter or two out of this draft. God bless Mozzie. I hope he comes in here and he starts, because you know what? There's no mercy in the dojo, and you better come in here and get some productivity, because after that first year, your time is up, sir. You better be in here smashing pumpkins and making tackles for long.
I told OC he was going too hard, and he was right. Right at the end, I was drinking Kool-Aid, and he was right. Listen.
Smashing pumpkins and making tackles for long.
I told my boy was right.
Year, your time is up, sir. You better be in here smashing pumpkins and making tackles for long.
But hey, I'm proud of him for that, man. The OC stood on it. He didn't shake under nothing. He stood on it. Man, I was like, boy. See, when you look back and you look and you say, bro, that was not easy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you, OC. I'm very proud of you, man, for just standing on truth, bro. Yeah, Oscar. That boy was so right. It wasn't even funny, bro. It like, and I love how he stood on it. He stood. If y'all got a second, let me pull up where he really went hard on us. Do y'all got a second? Let me pull it up, man. This gonna be worth it. I done had this ready, but I'm gonna pull it. The OC went crazy on us. Hold on real quick. Oh, okay. Here it is. I wasn't gonna play this one because that one already made the point. But watch OC here, man. If you tell me the OC didn't come in like a man, if you telling me that he didn't come in on a mission, watch how about my OC go hard as he mad that we didn't make no picks for contention.
Watch this. Watch the homie. Watch him.
Break
Break
it down one more time, because they ain't liking what I'm saying right now. So you saying that Law is saying that this draft was shitty, but no, what I'm saying is no. We got the poop spray. You spray it in the water, and we can pretty much draft whoever we want because nobody can smell the.
Man, listen, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Don't do it, man. They hate you, man.
I'm sorry, man. Listen, I'm gonna say something here. All five of y'all right now, and I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to get on here and have to say what I'm about to say right now. Okay? All five of y'all are soft. Y'all soft as Charmin. Y'all soft as wet toilet tissue. Because ain't none of y'all telling the real truth about this situation. This is a draft of backups. You drafted backups. We don't have one sure thing in this draft. We got Mozzie that has good potential, right? He was the second best, probably defensive interior lineman in here besides Jalen Carter. So you drafted him. Overshot was an overdraft. It's no way he should have got drafted with that second pick. Yes.
No, I was with you. I said only two people was gonna play. I said only two people was gonna play.
Why you coming here smashing on people like
I'm telling the truth. I'm sick of this. I was listening to this.
Ooh, that boy OC. But we wasn't soft. What happened was the OC came in late. That's what happened. So, and he was just mad. So he just came in there firing. And I respect the passion greatly. But Tuck also had a comment, and I'm gonna still get to this all-in stuff. I ain't gotta show. Well, let me show Tuck comment, and then I'm gonna put it all together because this is still important. Listen.
I just can't get with the philosophy. And like I said, me and Boss talked about this yesterday on the show. It's like sometimes when you know too much, it kind of impacts you, and I feel like we did so much. Where it's just like, nah, bro, like you can sell that to the average fan and be like, oh, well, Luke was the highest rated player on our board at the time. Nah, because like if Luke Schoonmaker was your highest rated player at 58, then I need to take that in Will McClay badge back, and saying that Will McClay I trust badge back, because there's no way you can convince me over Trenton Simpson or Cyrus Torrance or Drew Sanders that you had Luke Schoonmaker at a higher graded value. Like, no.
They was budgeted. 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 Yeah, we was sensing it. Now, people was, oh, come on, you guys, be positive. Come on, guys, come on. And Will McClay, I trust. And it was like, nah, bro, ain't no way Schoon made sense over so many good players that could have got us a little bit better. You mean to tell me Tank Dell couldn't have helped Dak? And see, we was all over here like, no, I'm not gonna pom this draft, because this is obviously a draft for the future. Yeah. But see, then it was speculation. And then Jerry started talking, right? And Jerry started to allude even stronger the speculation, but his start moving it to confirmation. It was getting closer. It was getting closer. So let's fully really break down what Jerry said, right? Let's really break down this all in. Hold on real quick. Let me set it up. All right, here we go. I'm gonna break this down. Here we go.
And yes, I would say that you will see us.
Hold on. That might be the wrong clip. Yep, that's the wrong clip. All right, hold on. It's this one.
Is there a thought process of going all in? I mean, you guys have tried to win and plan for the future. Is there any change?
See, now also listen closely, and notice that Clarence Hill also said y'all also planned for the future. So he was saying y'all look like y'all drafted for the future. Listen close.
Is there a thought process of going all in? I mean, you guys have tried to win and plan for the future. Is there any?
You hear him say that? Y'all tried to win and plan for the future, which is what we were saying. It was a budget draft, right? So a lot of people got this all in and they ran with it. But really listen.
Change of, hey, we need to go all in this year. Is there any focus or a thought process on putting all the chips in to put a win on the field, including what you do with free agency?
I would anticipate, with looking ahead at our key contracts that we'd like to address, we'll be all in.
So he said with the key contracts we want to address, we'll be all in. Yeah. Which he obviously was talking about his guys. He telling you what their all in was the whole time. Right? The same all in they've been having. Right? We pay our guys, our best guys. Yeah. But see, people that wanted us to be aggressive in free agency, they thinking, Jerry lied to me. He lied. He said he was going all in. This free agency does not look like that. It looks like he was lying. Nah, he was telling you the whole time. Ain't nah. Our all in is we gonna pay our guys. You asked about all in. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah. He ain't lie.
I would anticipate we'll be all in at the end of this year.
And see, do you see? That was real smooth. That was real smooth. See, you gotta listen at the end what he said. At the end of this year. Listen.
Be all in at the end of this year.
Oh, you let that slip out. He let that look.
I would anticipate we'll be all in at the end of this year.
Oh, by the end of this year. See, we wanted it by the first week of free agency. He told you what his all in was. Angie, am I lying? Am I lying? Paul, am I lying? Westbrook, am I lying? I'm not lying. Now, like I say, if you want to be mad, just go ahead and click off. But if you want
answers,
you came to the right place.
I would anticipate we'll be all in at the end of this year. So when you say, is there any thought, I think we'll strain our, we'll push the hell out of it.
Okay. Is that doing something differently than you had in the past in that respect?
Well,
let me also say something too. I gotta tell y'all the truth, man.
You can't handle the truth.
You want your owner doing that too. You want all your GMs doing that. What you talking about, boss? He not telling us straight up what he doing. All right, let me come here. Let me talk to you. Let's talk. In a copycat league, why you go tell everybody your in-depth strategy?
You can't handle the truth.
I want him talking in code where it takes somebody like me. I'm just good at breaking this stuff down, right? I don't want him to tell his entire draft strategy. I don't. Come on. So, yes, is he being straightforward?
Oh, hell no.
Do you want him to?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Will be, and it will be going all in on different people than you've done in the past. We'll be going all in. We've seen some things out of some of the players that we want to be all in on.
Obviously talking about his guys. We've seen some things on some of the players that we want to be all in on. Jerry, don't tell the world your strategy. Like, it's just what it is. Thank you. Like, on the cool. Like, you know, now if people want to just run with it and say all in meant the first 2 weeks of free agency and he lied to me, well, you know. All right. Cool. Like I say, click off.
And yes, I would say that you will see us this coming year not building for the future.
Ah, there it is. He gave it away right there.
We'll see us this coming year not building for the future.
Wait. So you ain't gonna see us this year basically drafting and picking guys for the future. So when did you do it before? Is it making sense? Y'all feeling it? Now, if you want to just stay mad, I mean, cool. It's cool. Listen, that's why I said it's not as bad as what we think. It's not as good as what we think. This is something they fully intended to do. And can we be honest? They have a real good track record of doing. Mostly. I would say about 90% though. This is the same Dallas Cowboys that went 12-5 3 years. Isn't it? Is it? Or is this? Are we the Texans or something? Oh, we the Browns? Who, like, we Philly? Ooh, what? Because they've been doing this strategy, right? Like, and see, and that's why I had to go back to the past, because I was showing, we was sensing it. We was over here like, bro, y'all trying to fire dudes, bro. This, and he just told you, like,
we've seen some things out of some of the players that we want to be all in on. And yes, I would say that you will see us this coming year not building for the future. It's the best way I don't say it. Man, that ought to answer a lot of questions.
See, and Jerry giving us a chance to be smart. He said that should answer a lot of questions. In other words, if you know this team and you know what you're looking at, I told you a lot in that, but I'm also not going to tell the whole world in layman's terms our off-season strategy. That's why I'm talking in code. It's Resurrection Sunday. It's somebody else that talked in code. Do you know who his name was? Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Do you remember he used to talk in parables? Do you remember that? So that a certain group wouldn't understand. And you had to have an ear to hear. I'm just telling you the truth. Now, like I say, if you want answers, you came to the right place. If you want to be mad,
you can't handle the truth.
Is this all it is? And he told you like an OG. That should tell you enough right there. If you know this team and you know what you're looking at, I'm telling y'all, we not doing the drafting for the future this year.
We did it last year. It was a 2-year plan. This year, it's going to be about get the dude. Get that dude.
You want answers?
Miss Lockhart, they burning me on the likes. They burning me on the likes. Let's take a light break. Take a light break, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all getting that juice over here, bruh. Come on now. Y'all getting that juice, man. Y'all know where that juice is. That juice is over here, man. Independent life, baby. Real talk. This where the juice is. Y'all help this type of truth get out there, man. Cause it's a lot of people that's playing us. It's a lot of people that's feeding off that all in. They feasting. They're feasting. They're making Jerry and them sound like they was hypocrites when really the whole time they telling you straight up. They just talking in code. They talking in parables. Just what it is. I mean, and that's why I said before I started the show, man, I don't do content to make y'all feel good. I just follow the evidence. That's all I do. I follow the evidence, right? And if the evidence is saying it's not as bad as what it looks, that's what I'm gonna tell you. Now, if the evidence look like we're being played and lied to, I'm gonna tell you that. So if you just want to stay angry because of Green Bay, okay, just say that. Just say that, bruh. Cause that mean ain't nothing I say go help you, cause you already they not all in, boss. They just finna be sorry. They getting ready to. I'm mad at them. I'ma stay mad. I'm mad. Yeah, hopefully we got the likes up though, man. Did y'all hit that like yet? Did y'all hit that like yet? Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. All right. You know. And that's why I said, man, sometimes I'm just keeping it real, man. People get bored. The people that get man, I almost can't stand people that love to stay mad. I be like, bro, shut up. Y'all had one fight 3 months ago and you still mad. Y'all had one argument. I like white cheese. You gave me yellow cheese on my nachos. You don't love me. I like white cheese. I'm gonna get a divorce. Man, goofy. It's all kind of people, man, that break up good things because they just like to stay mad. They think that's powerful. They think that shows I'm unmovable. I'm strong. Nah, you just stubborn. You're just hopeless. You gave up. Just say it. Keep it real with yourself. You gave up.
Finish him.
Yeah. But see, this is the funny thing. The whole time, even that was just speculation. But then last week, they went into full-fledged confirmation. If you really listen to last week when Stephen Jones and Mike McCarthy was talking, it went from all out speculation to full-fledged confirmation. See, because the whole time when I was saying it, when Tuck was saying it, when the OC was saying it, even when Jerry said it, it was still speculation. Let's listen to them from last week, and then I'm gonna put it all together. Y'all give me 1 second. Here we go.
You mentioned Overshown earlier. Who are some of the, and Mozzie, who are some of the guys in their first or second year kind of in that position that make you comfortable with the relative lack of activity in free agency?
Well, a guy like Schoonmaker, I think, is going to step up, and he's only going to keep getting better. Another tight end, John Stevens, who we really liked, before he got hurt in the preseason. These things just evolve. Young players come around, and we've got a good group of guys who are on the practice squad last year. Wanye Thomas was one of those guys the year before who then stepped up and played a big role on defense. I mean, there's a group of players that will have that'll have their chance to step up and make a difference. I mean, you got young guys who didn't play a lot. You got receiver like Brooks, when you may be looking at losing a guy like Gallup, can step up. Obviously, Tolbert made a big jump last year, and think he's going to continue to get better in terms of what we've seen out of him. So, we just feel like, overall that we've got a really strong roster. We feel like we'll obviously...
Yeah, full confirmation of the strategy. Full confirmation letting you know that we not tanking. Because there's a lot of people that think we tanking for Trey Lance and all kind of rumors. And I can see where people connect the dots if you think the only way to team build is through the first 2 weeks of free agency. If that's your dots that you connected, you are pissed. But if you pay attention to how we really been building, and for the most part doing a good job of it, you can actually sit back and say, let's wait and see. Because on some of this stuff, we got to sit back and wait and see. We really do. We got to sit back and wait and see, bro. What do I mean? What do I mean?
You want answers?
See, let's not act like we wasn't the same Cowboy fans that was panicking about kicker. Do y'all remember that? I remember some panic on kicker. The Dallas Cowboys, they not serious about a kicker. Oh, they not serious. The Dallas Cowboys, they so cheap. They only try to get players out the USFL. Can we also bring out the fact that we got 2 Pro Bowlers out of there? Or we gonna just leave that out? Oh, we gonna leave that out, huh? Oh, just be mad. Just be doom and gloom. Just, all right. And see, listen, that's why I'm also doing this show tomorrow. I ain't gonna give it away. But hey, we gotta pick our times to be mad, man. It's certain things to be mad at. It's certain things like when it work, I'm gonna put it like this. I ain't gonna get into my content too deep, but I'm gonna tell you like this. If you come home with some Jordans, I don't credit you got them from Goodwill. If you come home with a $80 polo, I don't credit you got it from Marshalls. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that because you want to stay mad. I get it. I get it. You think, and I know you, I get it. You really believe that the only way to actually win a championship is through week 1. I get it. I'm at least on wait and see right now. I'm going to give him the chance because, yes, it does look bad on the shoes. Y'all know what I'm talking about on them shoes. If y'all been following my content, y'all already know when I talk about the shoes, I'm talking about defensive tackle. It's looking bad on them shoes. Yeah, them shoes look horrible.
Is it the shoes?
Yeah. Empty. And Mozzie is going to be out 4 to 6 months. But they also talked about some windows that's going to free up some potential talent, especially for defensive tackle. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to see. All right. Y'all said after the draft, there's a market. There's also a draft right before training camp. Yeah. And sometimes good fall out. I'm going to sit back. Sit back and watch. Because, see, yeah, we was all mad about Kicker. But then, why you so damn quiet when he made the Pro Bowl? See, don't be that type person where you critique where you was just critical as can be. But then when it work out marvelous, you say nothing. That's what I'm saying, man. And that's why I say, if you even think for 1 second that I do content to make you feel good, just click off the channel, man. Just click off. You don't know. If you don't know me by now, just click off. Cause sometimes I'm gonna give y'all news that's bad that y'all didn't want to hear. But guess what? Sometimes I'm gonna give y'all good news. And guess what? Sometimes y'all don't even want to hear that. I'm just giving you real. It's just what it is. Yeah. And Coach Marv, I got you on that super chat. I got you on that. It's a good thought. I can't wait to get to it. I'm gonna take the super chats in just a minute. And Coach Marv gave 10 bones. Appreciate that, man. That's a lot of money. Appreciate that, Coach. I'm gonna get to that super chat. I ain't gonna leave you hanging. That's a good thought. And I'm gonna open up the phone lines. And then, I want to call in and we can talk about it. I was talking about the confirmation. I'm going to play one more clip. I could play about 3 clips. I'm going to play all the clips. OG in the building. My boy Romy Rome is in the building, man. Cowboy fans talk in the house, man. What's up, boy? It's always good. I love to see my brothers come in the building, all my content creative brothers, man. For real. And then I wanted to say this too, Rome. I always appreciate how you come in like humble and a servant, bro. Like Rome is way bigger than me, man, but he always he'll come in and say, y'all hit that like, or you know what I'm saying, he contribute, you know what I mean? Like he's a good dude, man, for real. Real good dude. But let me play this other clip, man, because I'm putting it all together for us to kind of settle in just a little bit. I do want us having passion and stuff, but I don't want us an angry mob. You know what I mean? I want us an intelligent, fair, because you don't get stuff done when you just move in anger. You know what I mean? You when you stop and really listen to the other side, look at the other side, right? And really weigh the pros and cons of what's been happening, it's really not as bad as what we think it is. I'm gonna talk about the downfalls of their way, because I do all the time, but this is not that particular show. Hold on real quick. Let me go back to what I was doing. Here we go. All right, y'all listen.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just keep everybody, and we do have young players like in Dorrance's case. We got a Sam Williams, and guys like that, a Fehoko who we drafted, mid-round, that are ready to play and need more play time. And would tell you, and probably even a Dan would have told you, we didn't get Sam enough snaps last year, but it's hard.
See, that's why you got to go back to what did Tuck say? What did Tuck talk about? The wall. Didn't he say that wall got to come down? Do I need to play it again? Because Tuck killed that part. Tuck absolutely murdered it. Let me play that again, bro. Cause just listen to Tucker. We gonna go back to what Steven just said. Listen.
So for me, I agree with everyone. This was an absolute future draft, and I feel like that's
now. Remember, this was last year, and Tuck said this was a futures draft.
Future draft.
Boy, I'm telling you, man, new media be on it, man. But boy, it ain't nothing like new media. Don't you kid yourself.
Was an absolute future draft, and I feel like that's kind of the numbing effect when it comes to when we look at this draft for me personally.
Yeah.
Because one, last year's class, it had a kind of a layer of injuries that had to happen for us to even see a lot of those players, Tyler Smith, even Deron Bland, and even Sam Williams kind of rotation. So I feel like even this year, there's an additional wall from last year's class.
Ain't that what Steven just said? Tuck was just a year ahead. That's all it was. He said the wall got to come down. And he was right. How you go see Sam Williams if you got Fowler and Armstrong re-sign? Just how in common sense world is that going to happen? How you go see this guy that ran a 4.4 barely getting snaps? When we go see that? When we go really watch that develop? I'm just asking a common sense ass question. Is that not common sense to ask that question? I'm just like, come on now. Ain't that common sense? Let me go back to what Steven said. I'm just keeping it real.
Timing would tell you, and probably even a Dan would have told you, we didn't get Sam enough snaps last year. But it's hard when you got the Fowlers and you got the Dorrances to, those guys are a little bit ahead of them and they're young up and comers. But all of a sudden you give them the chance and they may be more productive than what was in front of them once given the opportunity. Obviously, we think a lot of Sam, and Dorrance did once Randy left. So, these things happen.
Confirmation now. It's no longer speculation. Confirmation. Yeah. See, we were speculating when we were saying it last year. We were saying, man, that looked like a budget draft. Man, something about that draft don't look like a contention draft. It don't look like y'all drafted to move us higher into contention. It looked like y'all was trying to budget. Oh, boss, come on, you being negative. Come on and win McClay, trust. Boss, who are you? Just a YouTuber? Shut up, Negro. Shut up, boss. My boy DP Johnson in the house. Exactly. Whoa, come on, what DP? He said, 1 year ain't easy. Come on down front. What you got for us? That's what I'm talking about. You hear me? And see, then let me play Mike McCarthy. Then I'm gonna take these super chats and get on the phone. But the whole design of this show was to put it all together, right? Cause see, if you listening to what's out there, you go wake up every morning mad as hell, but you go be mad at life. You gonna be like, man, the Dallas Cowboys are tanking. They're sabotaging Dak. What is this? Come on, Dallas. You can't be serious about all in. Come on. No, they serious, bro. They so serious that they went all in a year early. Boy, so y'all don't even feel me. Oh. Bro, if you draft all these dudes to replace the future dudes, you gotta fire them dudes. Why you go draft a year early to replace dudes and then keep the guys that you saying your strategy can replace? It makes no sense. You gotta stick it out. And we gotta be mature enough to wait and see. In my opinion. Cause I was one of them that was tripping on kicker. Me, can I raise my hand and be honest? Me. I was one tripping and they was right. I was wrong. Oh, that guy's at the USFL. Who does he? Come on. And then when he was making 99% of the kicks, we was out go yay! Woo! Yay! Woo! Yay! Oh, we don't want to give him no credit now. Oh, now we don't want to give him no credit. So is it about your idea or is it about the end result? You know what I mean? Just keeping it real, man. Are we stubbornly trying to win only through free agency? Or can we be mature enough to say, hey, they say they got a plan. They done hit some home runs on some. I'm gonna give them a chance a little bit. I'm gonna give them a chance. Now, I did have to think. I had to kind of come to this over time. Oh, thank you, Westbrook. That's what I said too, bro. See, this is the thing, bro. Westbrook, friends for life. Turpin, like, yeah. Oh man, these guys at the USFL. How many times we go get mad at Pro Bowlers? Shit. Okay, I'll put it like this. If every time you put your finger in the USFL and you come up with a Pro Bowler, wouldn't you say keep putting your finger in it? Can I ask that question again? If every time you put your finger in the USFL, you come up with a Pro Bowler, shouldn't you keep doing it? Oh no, I don't like Goodwill. You're bringing home Jordans though, but it's cheap. It's Jordans, real ones. But it's cheap. They're used, boss. I want the free agent Jordans. Okay. All right. Listen, I can play the Mike McCarthy. I'm gonna just tell y'all, Mike McCarthy said the same thing Steven said, so I ain't gonna play. Y'all got all the evidence. Let's get into these super chats. She say Diddy shoes. Man, boy, Diddy is getting it. Woo, man. Diddy is getting it. Woo. I can't judge. Woo. Oh, my boy said, I don't like Goodwill. All right. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a true story, and I'm gonna say it again tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a true story. All right, or whenever I do this show. All right, I got a show I'm finna do. Okay, and this show right here. Okay, why are the Dallas Cowboy fans? So I already know the story that I'm gonna tell people. Okay, I'm gonna say it on this show. But it's a true story. A friend of mine named Al in Houston, right? He was my barber for a long time. Good dude, man. My boy, right? I went into his apartment. It's flush. Beautiful leather couches. Projector. Big old bed with this beautiful backboard, you know what I'm saying? Paints, pillows popping. I said, I said, you selling dope, bro? I said, what you into, bro? Your crib laid. You a barber. I ain't judging, but bro. He said, everything in her a deal. Everything. He said, you see that projector? $6,000 projector? I paid $150. You see them leather couches? 3,000 leather couches? I paid $250. You see them leather curtains? I paid $10. I say, bro, how you do that? You know what he told me? I shouldn't tell y'all because this is a lick. Goodwill. He said, this how I do it. He said, I go to the Goodwills. That's on the outskirts of affluent areas. He say where you got all them rich people unloading stuff just because they just. So when I bought my house, I had a wall full of eel skin. Eel skin. Okay. Al taught me how to hit them licks. Now, you come in my house, you looking at elephant skin on the wall. I had a built-in fish tank built into my wall. If you go try to get that done commercially, oh, you paying $50K. I paid $3,000. Now you come in my house, you see big old koi fish in the wall. You like, what you doing? We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. My boy say leather curtains, high heat. Hey, it look good. You worried about the heat. I was worried about, well, that was single life. That was single boss. Bachelor boss. Oh my Lord. My boy Oscar say write notes. Listen, bro, I hate that I said it because I gave away a lot of game on that. I furnished my whole house doing what my boy told me. And you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. So anyway. Alright, man. Let me get to these super chats, man. Alright, the first one coming from Coach Marv. Legendary Coach Marv. One of the smartest people I know, hands down. No cap. Very smart. Not even just football smart. Smart, period. Just his mind, you know. He's a special man, really is. Like his insight, he cold. Coach Marr said, and I want you to call in because I might be missing something. I trust your judgment. We can fight it out. He said, boss, I agree with you on the young team building idea, but I don't agree with the development of young players and trust between young players and the coaches when the staff is all on 1-year deals. And I want you to call in on that because that's still not jiving to me quite yet, Coach. You might be seeing a warning that I don't see because those are foggy glasses to me. I need you to clear that up to me. So call in. Let's talk that through when I open up the phone lines. Then I say, boss, do you think we double dip on wide receiver in this draft? I don't. But I can see it happening if it's the best players there. Because I do think we going for the best player this year. I don't think we drafting for the future. I think Jerry and them go do exactly what they said. I think Jerry go do exactly what he said. Because he said, and I repeat, well, let me just show the clip. Let me show the clip in case people need the reference.
And yes, I would say that you will see us this coming year not building for the future. Is the best way I don't say it. I mean, that ought to answer a lot of questions.
Ain't gonna be no futures draft this year. I don't believe so. I don't believe we gonna be this year sitting around like we was last year. Like, man, what was that, man? What was Scone? Like, nah, I don't think we doing that this year, bro. And I know Jerry lies a lot. I get it. But I also been keeping up with this to know that Jerry been basically spot on. Yeah, I believe it. So you think we go draft for the future again? That's what you think? You think we go do a futures draft again? I don't think we doing that. I think we going best player. That's what I think. I could be wrong. Y'all could be right. You know. But I think we go with the best player. I think that's why I showed all the history, to show we was already foreseeing that last year. Okay, let me ask you a question. Out of the last 4 years, which draft was for the future? Answer the question, please. Yeah, I know he talk a lot. Out of the last 4 years, what draft? I'm just asking a simple question. Which draft was for the future, and what was the rest of the drafts? Yeah, Tyrone Church, he right. It was only last year. Did y'all have a problem with the draft the year before?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, did you have a problem with the draft the year before then?
Oh, hell no.
What about the draft before that?
Oh, hell no.
So out of 4 years, only one draft was a futures draft. The one we was saying. It was like that. They drafted for the future. Yeah. What they did is they said, we really don't have no hoes. That's what they did. They said, we really don't have no hoes. Like we all said, we was going 12-5 without the draft. We all said that last year. Yeah, I agree, Pastor Taft. I definitely agree, Pastor. Yeah, Dan Quinn was on some dumb stuff. Absolutely. So, and like I say, man, I'm not trying to give y'all no optimism. This is the evidence as how I see it and from my research. So to answer your question, we could possibly do it if they the best people there. And then on the super chat from this morning, he is risen, boss. Much love. Yes, he is, man. I'm so happy. Ooh, I'm so happy he is risen, because I wouldn't have no chance, bro. I wouldn't have no chance with it. Man. I need a savior, bro. I needed a savior bad. I need somebody that can quench this appetite. Only the Lord could, and he has. You know? So, anyway, next. All right, man. So let's get on these phones. It's phone time. Let me make sure. So hopefully you just got through this whole show. Hopefully you didn't click off or tune out. If you did, you missed out on a lot. But if you listen to this whole thing, I just don't see how you don't have a growth in confidence. Because now we can truly see everything that Jerry said. When he said this time, we not going to be drafting to the future. Which was clearly showing that last year he did, and this year he did not.
And you can clearly see that by the quality of starters that we have and how good they played against good opponents. The Browns had names. We had our young guys, and our young guys did very well. And that's the whole strategy Jerry and them been preaching. Sticking with the young guys, developing these guys. So we can now look back and know not even that we are not burning it down. We obviously wasn't burning it down. But it's also we have a good strategy. This strategy has allowed us to be 12-5 3 years straight. And in my opinion, we got to learn how to separate. We got to learn how to separate Jerry that's meddling, you know, got that puff daddy in front of the cameras, that stuff that agitates us, to the Jerry that and Steve and Will McClay that has been very consistent at doing a great job of getting talent. I'm talking about contending talent. So if you went through this whole presentation, this should give you some hope. It should help you see that we should enjoy this. This is nothing to be miserable about. Not the way that we build talent. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. The main reason also why this particular show is important, because we got future off season coming. We got future off seasons coming. And we gotta know how to relax and trust certain parts of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, do we trust them when they meddling, getting in the way, hiring Kellen Moore and putting them under an offensive guy? No, we don't like that. But I could also say that you're really good when it comes down to drafting, developing, and finding talent on a budget. Because I'm going to be all the way honest and say that we are in a superficial era, a very superficial era. So we in an era to where it's not about does it look good, it's about how much did you spend on it and who is the company that made it. So somebody might even look at this hat and say, I like that hat. But somebody go be superficial and say, is that Nike that made that Dallas hat? Who's the one who actually, because some people don't respect quality unless they know how much you paid for it. Some of us are falling for that as Cowboy fans, to where if we're not spending big in free agency, we think that the Dallas Cowboys not serious. And at some point, we got to know better than that. And we got to be able to look at the results. We got to be able to say, that hat looks good regardless of where you bought it. You could have bought it at Neiman Marcus. You could have bought it at a Nike warehouse. You could have bought it at the gas store. Does it look good? Do they play good? Who cares? Who cares? Did your talent just spank the Browns? Can your talent? Yeah, people think if it's not Howie's way, it's not the way. Howie's way is getting names. Our way is getting young guys, undrafted free agents, and marshals of value, former great free agent. That's our way. And it works. We whoop teams doing this. So I ain't complaining. I'm enjoying the ride. And I want you to enjoy the ride. It's your boy Boss Cowboy Sports bringing you another Back to the Future video. And this particular video is sponsored by BetUS, where you can receive 125% bonus on your first three deposits up to $2,000. Y'all stay up. Peace.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.